Hey y'all, what's up YouTube channel? Stars down there again, y'all. And this is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. All right, for y'all that's been a part of the channel for a minute now, I know I've been out for about a week or two. So I'm gonna explain that to y'all. And for y'all new guys, y'all might need to hear some of this too. All right. I've been doing this for about a year now, a little over a year. And I came to a conclusion of the way that the channel's gonna go. All right. That's why I'm making this video. 80% of men have become crybabies, and 20% of men need to be aware. Okay, beware. Beware of this, and be aware of it too. All right, because you don't want to become associated with that. That's where the channel's going right now. The channel's we're moving away from me trying to explain these things to people, and me just making a statement and telling you what's going on. And if you're a 20% guy, like I was telling, I think it was Haddonfield or Hancock that one time you wrote me a comment said you was finally starting to understand. I was like, look, the stuff on this channel, it ain't gonna work for 80%. It's only gonna work for 20% guys. All right. So we're gonna get into this real quick because we ain't gonna go over. I'm gonna go over basically what this was gonna happen. I'm gonna go over why these guys sound like crybabies and women. I'm gonna go over that, and I'm gonna go over like three. They got like 3 talking points from like redpill, mgtow, manosphere, pickup artist area that sound crazy to women, and I'm gonna explain how it sounds crazy. Okay, so y'all sit back and let's get into it. All right. Now, like I'm saying, this right here ain't about like it's about telling the guys, the 20% guys, the guys who not trying to be part of the garbage. It's about telling them how to avoid it and why they should. You can get caught up with the 80% guys. That's a problem. See, now guys, you gotta understand this. Some things the guys complain about is this right here. Is that you got women that are good, but they look like the rest of them, so you can't really tell the difference. And that's what I'm trying to tell guys about right here. You can look and sound like these guys too. You might be different from them, but if you mess around with these little few 3 things we're finna go over right now, you gonna sound just like them, and you don't need to do that. All right. So I'm gonna explain why these guys sound like crybabies and women. All right. You got the red pill, manosphere, mgtow, pickup artist group of this thing, which I just really put all them in the manosphere. Red pill, mgtow, pickup artist, black pill, green, whatever pill. All the guys who are labeling themselves in some type of way, I put them all in the same group, which is manosphere stuff. That's what I do. All right. Here's why they sound like crybabies, guys. We're gonna go over these 3 points right here. All right. One of their main talking points is that they complaining. Number one, but they complaining the whole time. But I'm gonna explain that. They complain that men are not getting sex. All right. That you got a big group of men that's not getting sex, right, from women. Then at the same continuous point right there, they're complaining that some men are getting too much sex. They're getting too much access to women. So see, guys, you got to understand when you're talking to women, it's got to be a one or the other thing. So it's either it's good or it's bad. And in this situation, they're not saying either one. Because basically, if you look at it from the point of view, shit, if you're just a regular person and you're looking at it like, well, okay, where do you fit at? Because if you're complaining about it, you must be one of the guys who's not getting any, and at that point, they ain't gonna be worried about you. Because the guys who's getting some, they ain't gonna be mad at. They ain't gonna be complaining about that shit. See how that works? They're making a 2-pronged complaint, but all they're doing is showing their hand and showing who they are. All right. You really should be concerned about the guys that are getting too much because you should be one of them. And the guys that ain't getting there, well, whatever they need to fix, they need to fix about themselves. Some guys say it's easier said than done. No, it's not. There's 3 M's to getting women. All right? Muscles, money, mind. All right? Muscles. When I say muscles, and I got a video about this. Go check it out. When I say muscles, I'm talking about your appearance and stuff. Don't necessarily mean that you physically fit. Some women would be with a man just because he dressed well. All right? Then it's appearance. If they can stomach your appearance, then they worry about your money. And then if your money can go along with what they got, what they want, and they can handle your appearance, then they will worry about how you treat them. They will worry about your mind or your mindset. That's why you see women in relationships so long with guys that then they finally be like, oh, he just wouldn't treat me right. And you're like, well, he wasn't doing that from the beginning. No, he wasn't. But she was checking that list off the way that I'm telling y'all to get checked. So they don't start thinking about that until the end. That group is complaining. Red pill, mgtow, manosphere, whatever you want to call it. All these guys are making this complaint right here about, oh, well, these guys are getting too much and these guys are not getting enough, and nobody cares about that. That's just the whole deal. The guys at the top definitely don't care about that. Like I just got done saying, that's why I started doing the channel the way I do it. So you can't say the 80%. You can't. All right, here go another point they got. They tell you that men made society. All right? But then they complain about the laws that men made in society. Let me give y'all a quick few facts, guys. One quick little fact. Fun fact. Women were not given the right to vote in America until 1920. Yep, 1920. They proposed that bill in 1919. It was ratified in 1920. Y'all can look that one up. So we're now in 2024. So we're little about 104 years. Women been voting. So they definitely wasn't putting it in. They're still voting on junk, like trying to get stuff like abortion and stuff like that. So they ain't been voting long enough to do nothing. So they didn't make any of those rules. Men made those rules in society. All those rules in society that we got right now, that's what women are asking for equality. They're asking for more because men made all the rules. But you got guys who can't live by these rules. We don't like the child support system. We don't like the marriage system. But all those things are built by men. But you're telling women in their face like, or the mind game guy's bad at it. Men bit the world. Men bit the world. You women just live in it. Women ain't disagreeing with that, guys. That's why they're asking for a lot more. But what they're telling you is, hell, you're the type of guy who can't deal with it either. So what the hell should we want with you? You're going to sound like a crybaby whiny bitch to them, like a loser. You got to be, these guys don't know what they're doing when they're talking to women, guys. That's the problem. When you're talking to women, you got to understand women. And you got to know, when you say a certain shit, you sound a certain way. That's why I'm making these videos, right, like this one. So I can tell these guys, like, hey, look, some of the argument that these guys be making, it just sound good. But if you say this shit to women, it's going to sound like this. You got to know what you're doing when you're talking with women. That's why the pickup artist part of this thing, like Mr. Lucario, AMS, those guys are okay. But I don't feel like you helping nobody because these guys that you're talking to, they can't be helped. They can't be. You have to have this understanding of women in order that I'm telling you about right now in order to be able to deal with them. That's why the information on my channel is only going to work for certain guys. It's only going to work. I don't expect to be a big person in this, but I know that these things right here are only going to work because I know they're only going to work for a small group of guys. You about to go another one of their points, guys. We're going to go with one more. Because if you keep going, you'll be going forever. All right. These guys right here, they also complain this right here. Pookies, Ray Rays, Chads, Tyrones, whatever you want to call it. They have access to women, but don't have resources. Okay? So they will tell women, you shouldn't deal with this guy who doesn't have anything, right? But they also complain that rich men have access to more women because of abundant resources. But that should make sense to them when they're explaining the first thing. You see what I'm saying? When they're explaining to you that this guy don't got resources so you shouldn't deal with him, it should make sense to them that the other guy's going to have more access because it does have the resources that you just got done talking about. It's a mind fuck. It'll be a whole mind fuck. They're making two, and I can go on. It's listen. I picked the top 3 out of this. But there's way more junk that they keep talking about in this shit that it don't make no sense. If you understand how to talk to women, you're gonna know that you don't make no sense when you talking to them. If you saying this type of junk. If you tell women that you can't, okay, you shouldn't take the guys who don't have anything, but you should take the everyday average guy who makes median income or makes, the average guy makes this much, 50,000, 40 something, and 48, 50,000. That's what most of them quote. 48, 50,000, somewhere in there, $53,000 a year. Okay, most of them will quote that, and that's good money for a person by himself. I'm not gonna say that it's not. But when you get into this deal, you're going to be in a relationship thing, then see now that changes. Because they also push the protect and provide thing, which means you need money for 2 people. So that 53 need to be 106. So that way you can hit the 2 people, can live that lifestyle that you got going on. You see what I'm saying? Women ain't really got the math fucked up. They doing what the guys are telling them to do. But then the guy, here's the problem. The guy that telling them to do this shit don't understand that you disqualifying your own self from this when you do it. When you tell them that you don't take the Pookie and the Ray Ray because he ain't got shit, and then you got $50,000, but there's guys out there with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, then you don't got shit either. You got to understand the bigger part of the world when you're talking about this junk, or you're going to wind up sounding crazy. I'm telling you, these guys sound like crybabies to women, and I understand why. Look, you can't complain about a rich dude getting a bunch of women and then tell women they shouldn't take a broke dude at all. Because when you tell them they can't take a broke, you got to be real careful, guys. I'm going to keep telling y'all this junk. You got to be real careful when you talking to women. Women are very literal. Very, very literal. Very literal. And I can see it. It's no wonder to me that the fresh and fit guys argue with women. It's no wonder to me that all the guys in the manosphere are arguing with women right now because they got these two-sided fucking doggone arguments that they don't understand sound like stupid shit to women. That's why it's getting brushed off. That's why it's brushed off and they don't even care about what you're saying. Because you ain't finna get nowhere. You finna get put in the geekazoid doggone category, and you finna get filed under the bottom in the 80%. That's what's gonna happen to you. But I just wanted to get that one out there today, guys. You know, I try to keep my videos shorter. So I wanted to get that out there to Alpha Squad today. If you want to keep getting more info like this, hit like, subscribe, share, join the Alpha Squad, because I'm going to be telling you what it is. And it's like this, guys. You just can't, you're not going to win with that one. Separate yourself from the 80% guys. These arguments, the 3 arguments we just got done talking about, and there's more. There's more stuff that they just complaining about, but it's like, it's almost like saying I can't deal with it. Or I can't make it to this point, so do this. I want to bring up something real quick, and I'm going to do more in another video. It's funny to me that the guys that talk about don't take a Pookie or Ray Ray, or don't do this, or average, or this or that, they're not understanding that they also, which is another truth they tell, okay? Guys date down. So if you're an average guy, you're probably going to be dating below average women based on the facts that they spit out about hypergamy. But they won't tell these guys these things. They won't tell them that, because if you tell them that, then the guy has to do something to fix himself. And that's what we're going to be about on this channel. Just fix yourself. All right. So this been Taurus Donnie, y'all. This is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. I'm out of here on this one. Y'all drop the comments. Let me know what y'all thought. Peace.